Hello everybody, Iain Robson here. Welcome back to American Truck Simulator. So last episode I asked what cargo you'd like me to haul this time, and today we have a piece of construction equipment. This was the suggestion of Eileen Mooney. Hopefully I'm saying that right. So that was a suggestion from them, and we're going to go ahead and haul this. It's a quick little haul today. It's only about 200 clicks or so. It's from Stockton to Santa Cruz, and we got our Peterbilt as per usual. And I believe this excavator is from the Jazzy Cats pack. If I had to think about what it was from, I'm pretty sure that's what it's from. Anyways, so this is, I'm not sure how heavy this load is, but it's a bit heavier than what we normally would haul. So I have the, is it down? Yeah. I got the tag lift down there. And we're going to try and be as careful as we can. Careful's not my middle name or anything, but we'll at least attempt to be careful. Usually people usually it doesn't always end up that way, but we can at least try, right? So the current time in the game is 08:47. Oh, not quite wide enough turn apparently. That didn't take long to make an error. Jeez. Wait for that ambulance to go by. And hopefully we can make this turn. So because I have the tag lift on this truck as well, I actually have to be careful about making those turns. So it's going to be kind of interesting to see how that turns out. Anyhow, hopefully we don't make any further errors, but there's always room for error, I suppose. Alright, so this is, like I said, only a couple hundred, 300 kilometers, roughly. So nothing too crazy, but it's definitely enough to get a workout with this particular excavator. Jeez. Actually, there's a lot of construction going on in town here, so I've been seeing a lot of excavators and telehandles and whatnot coming through town. At least the route I go on often. So there we go. So it should be interesting to see what it looks like. Actually, interestingly enough, I was driving past I wasn't driving, but I was on the bus going past a construction site the other day, and there was a Kenworth, I think it was a W900, I'm not sure which one it was, but it was unloading an excavator. Was it an excavator? I think it was an excavator just like that, and I thought that was really neat. So I was like, oh, I've definitely pulled one of those in like American Truck Sim before. It was pretty cool when you see that kind of stuff in real life too, and you're like, oh, I've done that in game. Really? Alright, we'll do it that way then. But yeah, it's pretty funny when you see that in game, because you're like, you comparing what you do in game to what you do in real life, which is kind of interesting. I was reading a kind of interesting story actually. Quite a, like, an amazing, strange, odd, interesting story all at the same time. Whoops. Well, there goes our perfect record already. Let's put our cruise control at 95 so we don't try not to do that again. Anyways, yeah, it was an interesting story because it was actually a guy who I think he was in stock car racing, and he actually bridged a gap. So he's like 18 or 19, and he's like one of the professional stock truck drivers, which I thought was crazy at that age, but I guess for that type of sport you got to be pretty not young, but fit, I guess I'll say, which doesn't necessarily mean young. Anyhow, the crazy thing was he actually practiced to become a professional stock car driver or stock truck driver in iRacing, believe it or not, which I thought was crazy. So like he said, he did some practice in iRacing to help him prepare for his job now, which I thought was just nuts. Like, you think about that, like, you think about how much realism is in, let's say, like iRacing, for example, and the fact that it can translate from that, like a video game, to real life racing, which is spectacular. I think that's actually happened before with a couple people from iRacing specifically, just because iRacing is like crazy realistic, and you have to have, like, you need to know the rules and everything in that game. Because if you don't, they'll kick you out, basically. It's not like this, where you can just drive wherever you want and do whatever you want. with no repercussions. I guess the closest thing we have right now would be the I guess it would be the multiplayer server, I guess that would have to be what it was, if I had to guess. So, I don't know, it's kind of, I just thought it was really interesting. Oh, really? Come on. I just thought it was really interesting because that's not something you read about every day, so. There we go. So, it was really neat. I'm like, how does that even work? But I guess if you have like the setup and you have the practice and like the knowledge, I guess it's possible. Like, I think European Truck Simulator and American Truck Simulator aren't quite simulator enough, I don't think, to translate into real truck driving. I don't know for certain. You'd have to tell me on that one. You'd have to tell me on that one. So I don't know, like, maybe it is. Maybe it is good enough to be like, yeah, or close enough to the real thing so you could actually, you know, compare it to real life. So much so that you could, you know, go from this game to driving a truck in real life. I know there's a few people who follow me that are truckers, so they could probably speak to that a little bit and say whether or not, you know, it would be possible. I'm sure they would say no, not really. But when I read about the article, I was like, wow. I'm like, you have to really like take that game super seriously to be able to go from, you know, video game to real life. But the fact that you can make that transition is just mind-blowing. Like, for example, like, let me just make a comparison for people here. You can't really go from like, oh really? This is the turn we're gonna make? Okay. That's gonna be a tight turn for this thing. Let me give you a comparison in a second here. No. Definitely gonna have to go in like the other side of the road here. There's no way I can make this turn at this particular angle right now. I'm basically driving in the hedges now, and I'm still gonna hit that pole. Guess we're gonna have to wait for the traffic to move out of our way. What kind of road is this? Like, seriously. Working on it. Truck, stay there. Peterbilt. You got my back, right? I hope you do. Oh my goodness. Like, what kind of road is this? I guess we were going to a mine, but okay, there we go. We made it that time. But seriously, like, this is, I last time I did a job, I think I did the same road, and I was like, what kind of road is this? I'm like, this is like a random mountain path or something. Like, it looks like, so the maximum speed on here is at 89 kilometers an hour, sorry, not miles. That'd be way too fast. But that, last time I did this, I was like, really? Like, how is this a road in this game right now? But I guess in real life there's a road just like this, I suppose. That's why it's here, or this is just added by SCS for some extra coolness, I guess. I don't know. Anyway, so the comparison I was going to make before was this. Could you imagine going from playing Farming Simulator to becoming a real farmer? Do you think that transition would be possible? I'll leave a poll in the top right-hand corner. You let me know. But, like, iRacing to, like, full-on racer in real life, that's awesome. And maybe we'll see games like that for farming in the future, but I suspect it'll never be, it'll never catch on the same way, I don't think, like iRacing did. Maybe it will, who knows? Yeah, this is the road that you're supposed to turn into with this ridiculous... I don't know. This road, last time I drove this road, I think I had a box trailer. This is a little bit different, obviously. But I don't know. Maybe it's only one-way traffic. I don't know, but I don't think we have any other choice to get to this particular destination. Let's see. Oh yeah, no, we could have gone another way. I guess this is technically the fastest way. We could have gone through Oakland and then gone down that way, which probably might, well, I don't know if it would have been faster, but could have been another way of doing this. So yeah, I don't know. Farm sim to real farmer, I'm not so certain. There's so many things you'd be missing out on. It would be too much. Got a rest area at the top of the hill here. I don't think this is for the Grand Canyon one. There is one random one that I believe is for the Grand Canyon, but I don't think it's that one. But well, that's where he said he just practiced. And then apparently he was being interviewed, and then in the interview someone asked him, like, what's the craziest thing you've done on the track? And he said he cut across the track on the grass to pass somebody, and apparently that happened in iRacing, which I thought was kind of funny. But I guess if you really want to become like a race car driver, like, it's definitely possible in like a game like iRacing, because it's just so realistic. But I suspect that if Farm Sim were as realistic as iRacing, I'm not sure you'd have as many people playing it, or maybe it would. Who knows? It's possible, but I'm just not sure if you'd have the same amount of people interested in it, because it would actually be like crazy difficult. Because farming in real life is not easy. Farming in Farm Sim is like a piece of cake. Although so am I, it does add a little bit of that craziness, I suppose. But still, it's relatively easy in comparison to what it's like in real life. Like, in the game, you don't even need to worry about like commodities, for example. And I was actually reading an article, was it yesterday or the day before? And it was about canola. So in Canada, we export, I think it's like $2 billion worth of canola a year. And right now, our major exporter, or our major purchaser or buyer, has set some ridiculous regulations, so Canada can't reach the desired, rates of certain things. So we can't export any of the canola out there. So I don't know what the canola price is doing right now, but I can only assume it's tanked for the time being. I suppose that the Americans have the same problem right now, but it's just crazy when you think about these types of things. Like, how is the game going to factor in stuff like that? Because racing can be political to a certain extent, but you're not dealing with commodities in the same way. So, I don't know. There we go. Crazy things can happen, I guess. Crazy things can happen. Alright. Someone's coming from over there. There's a truck there. Okay. Take this turn nice and wide and slow. There we go. And then we need to take this turn. Jeez. Thankfully there's enough space this time to take that turn. And where's the actual drop-off point? HMS? Oh, it's one of these ones. Okay. Alright. Alright, now where is this drop-off point? If this is where it is, it should just be like right here on the side. Yeah, there it is. The hard part's going to be making sure you get the front end around. There we go. We got it. Did we just stall that? Yeah, we did. I didn't think we would stall, but we did. Alright, so here we go, making this turn ever so slowly, just to be on the safe side. But we can speed up, actually. The hard part about this particular trailer is because you have like the extra like tongue on the front part of this trailer, and then with the extra tag lift, it makes like having to make some of those turns is just, not the easiest thing in the world. So we're gonna straighten up the trailer right here, like so. And then we're gonna see if we can't back this up a little bit without hitting the fence, hopefully. Keep an eye on that mirror down there. The hood mirror, I guess, is what I'm talking about. In hopes that we don't crash into anything. No, we should be, looks like we're clear of that pole as well. Okay. Looks like we're clear. just trying to get the back of the trailer kind of to line up a bit with the area it's supposed to be, which is totally not what I'm doing right now. Well, I guess it's no. We're good. We're good. All right, let's go forward. See if we can actually bring this around a little bit more. I think we just made we made it worse, actually. In my mind, I was trying to make it better. Oh no, it's a bit closer this time. Not much closer, but a bit closer. Nope, that's the wrong direction. Not so quick. So the hard part is because you make such a ridiculous turn to get into this place, you end up having to deal with this. I guess, I don't know, like, I'm not sure what they would do in real life. Like, I'm just going to try and back up straight this time instead of having the trailer to swing out so much. I might make it a bit better, but it's hard to tell how close you are to something in the back there. Alright. Bring it a bit closer. Looks like we're awfully close to the curb. Yeah, we were awfully close to the curb there. I don't know if they would make you do this. I don't think they would. I've only stalled the truck once or twice, so it's okay. Really? That's still not... That's not good enough for you guys? It's only a little scratch. Okay, let's try this way now then, I guess. If this fails, well... Alright, let's try that. See how that plays out. Try and get close there. Paying attention to the mirror. Maybe that will be good that time. There's only so much I can do to get this closer unless I drive straight and back up again. I don't know. I can't even tell what I'm attached to there. I'm assuming it's the pole somewhere. There we go. There. Walk away. It's late. Well, we tried. Hey, we still made some money though. Anyways, folks, that's it for me for today on American Truck Simulator. That little tiny job there, hauling a excavator with going to the most ridiculous spot ever. That's where you'd have a bullnose would be nice there, but anyways, that's besides the point. Anyways, my name's Iain Robson. I hope you enjoyed that episode of American Truck Simulator. Let me know what you'd like to see hauled next in the comments below. Catch you guys later.